Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our Indy. This is Captain April, and these are the days of our Indy. Okay, there's apparently some audio issues that I've hopefully resolved now on the last one, so we're going to do it again so everyone can hear. This is originally from Diana Allister on X, and she definitely appreciated me doing this, so I'm going to do it again, hopefully now so everyone can hear. And I'll post the link to the original again down below. But I've posted this before, I think it bears repeating. I've noticed a lot of comments lately from male to female trans people saying that those of us who refuse to call them women are hateful bigots who just want to bully trans people. Since the people making these claims seem totally disinterested in putting themselves in women's shoes in any non-literal sense, I tried to reframe it in a way that doesn't ask them to try. Imagine a group of white people saying that they know what it's like to feel black, and because of this feeling and their enjoyment of stereotypically black behavior, they are now not just black themselves, but the most marginalized and vulnerable type of black person. Imagine them insisting that they should be the main focus of all activism meant to help black people. Imagine them having operations to darken their skin and to mimic stereotypically black features. Imagine them walking around in blackface and saying it's the same thing as being black. Imagine them being honored as black citizens at the White House and supported by celebrities with laws passed to make white people who identify as black as a protected class. Imagine these people demanding membership in black organizations, insisting that they receive a share of the reparations that California is about to pay, and demanding that they be given awards created specifically to honor black achievement. Then imagine them getting in their way. Now imagine mobs of them showing up to black events that don't include them to drown out any speakers with noise and coming up with slurs for any black person who doesn't accept that white people are black if they say they are. Imagine them calling for the rape, torture, and mass murder of any black person who disagrees with them. Imagine them getting black people doxxed, harassed, assaulted, and fired from their jobs and investigated by the police for saying that you have to be born black to be black. Now imagine the government supporting their demands. That's exactly the position that women are in right now, with the few extras, like being locked in cells with dangerous men, the sexual predation of lesbians via coercion, and the increased risk of sexual assault in formerly female-only spaces. Our greatest oppressors are now claiming not only the right to oppress us in whole new ways, but the right to erase our identities as women and rewrite the meaning of womanhood in ways that suit and include them. If you wouldn't support this kind of behavior towards black people, you have no business supporting this behavior towards women. And that also goes for those who were women trying to be claiming to be men. In a way, a little worse, because actually the male ones, again, the vast majority are doing this as a result of some kind of abuse or a trauma of some sort. That gets in the mind that being a woman is a bad thing. Let's get out of it. Spoiler warning, doesn't work. Can't happen. But we're talking lizard brain. It's not very rational. And in fact, those of you you are supporting your own extermination. Talking about trans genocide. There's a genocide going on. It's supposed to be an attempted genocide of women. Transgender gender ideology is evil at its core. Let's just cut right to the chase. It was founded literally by Nazi scientists and built upon by pedophiles and open misogynists. And you're supporting this shit? You think you're being kind and inclusive? Mengele is laughing his ass off. We've gotten the gays and the deviants that exterminate themselves, all in the name of inclusion. They're happily walking into these clinics and having themselves, sterilized. And they're acting so extreme, they're social pariahs, so they're just removing themselves from society completely. First socially so they get anywhere, and then permanently when they die off with no offspring. They can't pass it on. Oh, and we're so proud of our progeny here. You have done us great, wunderbar. And we're the Nazis. That's how insane this world has gotten. Okay? So yeah, this past election is going to be changing a lot more than just tax laws. Okay. There's some people who need to get their minds right. And no, it's not going to be easy. It's not just a switch and throw up, but it's like reality is about to come crashing in a very, very serious manner. I'm hoping a lot of these therapists who have been, some of them true believers will get driven out of the field. Others that are hopefully no longer be bound by these idiotic protocols of affirmation only. Even if they know damn well that's not what's going on. That they'll actually be able to get back to treating patients for their actual, problems, and not say, "Oh yes, you're a boy. You've always been a boy." As a matter of fact, we got 10 years documentary evidence of your porn career as a girl. No, you're a boy. Yeah, seriously. Who's the more nuts here, the patient or the doctor in this case? You start by I'll cut a little slack for ones who had no choice, and if they spoke up, they'd be driven out of business. But a lot of them was like, they didn't make sure they couldn't even get a job at a night manager at Wendy's. So there's going to be a very large reckoning coming for a lot of people, and it won't be pretty. But I'm afraid it's necessary at this point. We have gotten that far off the damn rails. And we'll talk at you later.
A sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body.